Welcome to the God's own country. Thank you. And thank you. We'll be road tripping in Kerala. We'll be going to various cities like this. That's the route map that we have. And driving almost 500 kilometers with the all-new Jeep Compass, covering the length and breadth of Kerala as much as we can do in this tropical time. There'll be some more folks joining us, but now let's begin. You know, the next 6 days I have to leave, but today I'm going to be roaming around Kochi. And at this point of time, you might subscribe to the channel because it's going to be very exciting. If you've not been to Kerala, we'll explore. Santa Cruz Cathedral Basilica, St. Francis Church, Indo-Portuguese Museum, Chinese fishing nets, Jew Town and Synagogue, Dutch Palace. All this is in my list today. I don't know how much we can do, but let's begin. Kerala is very well connected with a good network of roads. The drive is very disciplined and without bumps. The roads are very smooth. I'm already loving the drive experience and I can't wait to add more and more miles on the odometer. One of the most touristic things to do in Kochi is the Chinese fishing net. Don't believe me? Google it. Ask any hotel you stay. Chinese fishing net is something that you should experience. Now I'm at the Vasco da Gama Square and what lies ahead you should experience yourself. The church road where we were staying is a locality where many Europeans love to stay and hang out. There are several churches around, but the one we are heading to has its own status. A first is always a first. Now, this is the first European church in India. Yeah, it is as old as 1503. I mean, it's like literally 15th century. We have to open our shoes because there's also the burial ground for Vasco da Gama, the famous Vasco da Gama. Something very interesting I'm going to show you, a very old piece of technology. What you see right now are the fans. These are the oldest fans back in the days when they used to feel hot and humid. This is how they used to keep themselves cool. Fascinating. Vasco da Gama was initially buried at Fort Kochi, but the remains were taken back to Portugal. The city also holds one of the oldest active synagogues in Jew Town, which helps it stand out from the rest. Kochi is just the start point. We will have interesting spots and things like this coming ahead. So, stay tuned. Welcome to episode 2 of our road tripping and we'll continue the journey. As you can see, my folks have all arrived and they're all busy on their phones as usual. But the journey is about 2 hours. You can see the navigation map here, right here. It's actually called the Niagara Falls of India and I'm really excited to go there. Let's continue. Kochi to Athirappilly is just a 2-hour drive. But we are driving during the afternoon and the sun is at its best. Our heart was craving for some relaxation and a roadside cafe emerged as a savior for us. You know why this episode is called The Beginning? Because that famous movie Beginning was shot there. No, I'm not talking about any Hollywood blockbuster. I'm talking about that huge blockbuster from India, the Bahubali, The Beginning. Yes. Now let me refresh your senses. Remember that scene where Prabhas, that hero, was lifting that huge shivling against a massive backdrop? We are going to the same spot. Now I don't know about the shivling, but that backdrop, that waterfall is huge, humongous. We all have felt at one point of time, where in the hell in the world has this been shot? That's Athirappilly, guys. That's the same spot we are going to. And now it's all refreshed in our senses. We know what we're talking about. It's so rejuvenating, the whole thought about it. As you can see right now from the outside, the roads are nice, the drive is beautiful, and can't wait to get to the big waterfall and look for the shivling. Athirappilly is full of rubber plantations, and driving around this region is one of the heavenly experiences. Certainly, the summer season is not the best time to visit the waterfalls, and that's why dry upper river welcomes us. But we managed to catch one of the all-season waterfalls, and the view is absolutely mind-blowing. Wow, what a magnificent view, isn't it? Yes, you must come here when you are here. If you're road tripping in Kerala, you have to have this on your list. There's no way you can go without coming here. Now, the second thing that I had to go do was to go to the forest reserve, the Sholepur Forest Reserve, but that apparently shuts at 5 p.m. We don't have much time on our watch, so let's head back to the hotel. Now, this is where I crashed last night, guys. This is actually the waterfall, water which comes from the Athirappilly Waterfalls. If you see there, right up there is the Athirappilly Waterfalls. And you can see, imagine waking up like this every day morning. This is something else. That's why perhaps Kerala is called God's own country, because there's so much of nature beauty and there's so much of greenery, there's so much of nature to explore that you can just keep wondering how beautiful this place can be. Well, today we are headed to Munnar and we have plenty of car and plenty of driving to do. The jeep is waiting outside. We still have not got enough of Athirappilly, we're still exploring it, and this is day 2. And this is the Thumbu Musi Dam. If I have not got the name correct, please don't really pick on that. This is how you spell it. I wish I could connect to Munnar from here, but still has a 4-hour drive. Road tripping in Kerala is simply out of the world. There is no way that you can pick up anything. A, roads are beautiful. B, they are wide. See, people just don't honk here, man. They are so disciplined. The bike guys ride on their own track. The car guys, it's okay. If you want to ask for a pass, they'll give you a pass. There's no sense of animosity and grin faces. They'll smile at you. So that makes driving in Kerala even more fun. And if you are here, you have to do the road tripping. There's no other way you can connect the cities and you will not complain at all. I am at the Munnar Elephant Training Center. Don't get confused with this. This is a mini zoo and I'm not a zoo kind of a person, absolutely not. But the idea of giving baby elephant bath, meeting them has always been exciting since the Hathi Mere Sathi days, So let's see what we can do with the elephants who are waiting right there. Elephants are considered auspicious animals in Kerala. Being a part of the culture, no major festival or celebration in Kerala is complete without an elephant parade. They are loved, adored and groomed with the utmost care and respect. We met a local guy during a visit to the elephant sanctuary and he told us about an Ayurveda garden which is close to the sanctuary. We drive in there, breathe some pure air which is really necessary during these dark days. The plan was to show you Munnar today, but we are still on the way. With people, with folks, there's so much of breaks and so much of beauty around. You have to take your time. And as they say, destination is not important, journey is. And before the lights go off, before my cameraman says you cannot talk anymore, I'll have to say goodbye right now. And right now, you might subscribe to the channel because tomorrow I'll be showing you more of Munnar. And Munnar is famous for its tea. So I can't wait to have the morning tea in a beautiful resort in Munnar. Please subscribe to us and stay tuned for more. are in Munnar finally. It was a long drive yesterday, but the sound of birds chirping and the fresh oxygen in the air, and then there's tree plantation all around. Everything is so fresh that you are recharged, rejuvenated. You don't need to do yoga, as you can see right now. I was invited for a yoga session, but who wants to do yoga when you can just breathe here and you can feel oxygen right in your lungs everywhere. All right, now so it's time for a trek. We'll be going for a small trek. Munnar is known for its greenery, beautiful landscapes, pristine valleys, and of course for the tree plantations. The air around has a sense of magic that ultimately makes you fall in love with the place and its popular beverage, tea. It doesn't matter whether you are fond of tea or not. Once you visit this place, you will end up loving it. This is the tea, the Munnar special, plucked right from the tea garden. It's so refreshing that I can't explain. This is the cascade of waterfall. Fresh, streaming waterfall, which is so refreshing that it can just cure you of any disease that you have by just looking at it. Munnar has everything a traveler wants in a place, and that's the reason we missed going to the tea museum and a couple of more places, because the places around here are hard to leave. Wasn't that so fresh? The waterfall, the tea, that stall, those people, so nice. But we have to say bye to Munnar because it's time to head to the next destination, which is the Alappuzha. And Alappuzha is known for its backwater, is very famous for its backwater. It's the only place where there are houseboats apart from Kashmir. So now we'll see you at Alappuzha, and if you've not subscribed to the channel, you can do that now. And I won't talk much. I want to enjoy the drive. Keep watching the beautiful roads that we are driving along. We have reached. This is the backwater I was talking about. This is the backwater of Alappuzha. The famous, in fact, the largest lake of Kerala. And we will take a 7-minute canopy ride to our resort. And that's the boat we have. Our luggage is already loaded. And if you're wondering what happens to the cars while we are on the boat, Kerala is well traveled, well planned, and because of the nice staycations, you can park your car very comfortably. Now is the time to give you a quick review of this boat, indigenously built boat. This is about 3,000 litre open boat capacity, which can take in 6 passengers. And the man there, the boatman, told us that we are safe. I didn't trust him. He said, "It's my guarantee, right, sir?" Guarantee. We are off to our private island. It's basically a 6 horsepower boat. Yes, 6 horsepower boat. For us at Top Gear, this sounds ridiculous, but that's enough to take us from point A to point B. Actually, that's what you need in life, you know. So we reached finally the 6 horsepower made us safely. And now this is the private island that we'll be staying. The sunset still has some time to go, and this is so magnificent. You don't always need beautiful weather to enjoy the evening. Watch a sunset after the rainbow. It is still my favorite color, but today I have to adjust myself to the weather. As you can see, this is a surreal morning, and I feel like saying good morning to you. We have got up early in the morning to see the sunrise because we missed the sunset yesterday. It was cloudy, and looks like we will be missing it today again, but you got to take your chances. Well, the drivecation continues, the road tripping continues, but this time on the boat. We'll be coasting back because this is a 70-mile long backwaters and we are just at the starting point. We'll drive towards Varkala, and on the way we'll be actually passing all the houseboats. Hopefully I can show you that. But right now, it's time to wait for the sunrise and the clouds to disperse. With that, it's time to move ahead. Please subscribe to us and stay tuned for more. We are still at Alappuzha, moved from our private island to the place which is actually the hub of Kerala backwaters. while we are waiting for a boat to come and take us to a narrow paddy fields and canals. This place is also called the finishing point because there's also a starting point. Alappuzha is surrounded by infinite coconut trees that lean over the waters. The town is known as the hub of Kerala's backwaters, home to an enormous chain of waterways. Wandering around the chaotic town in a boat and looking at every other passing boat, our mind took us back to the childhood days when we used to play with paper boats. Having delicious food by the backwaters is a must-do thing as it's a sporadic moment for people like us. And to my best luck, I even get a chance to ride a boat. So we had an amazing houseboat experience. I think the trip would have been incomplete without these houseboats. And the amazing Kerala lunch. It only cost $100 per vegetarian thali and it was so delightful. I mean, I had to ask him 3 times, is it really that much? But that's how it is. So people are so nice. Now we are on our way to Varkala, which is another 130-kilometer drive from here. It's a small, beautiful town along the coastline and it's known for its red towering cliffs overseeing oceanic stunning views. Kerala is a gem of a paradise. The place has such enormous beauty to showcase, and Varkala is one of the places where we felt like we were almost driving down the lanes of heaven. We are at Varkala, and this is the pre-finale episode of our series. Now, there's no better way to start your day than to visit a temple. And if the temple is 2,000-year old, it's so mystical, you know. So let's do a quick walk around before we head to another very famous spot, the Hill Cliff. Walking down the temple feels like I'm part of some South Indian movie. The temple visits was so calming that it cools me down eternally. One thing peculiar about the temple is people are quiet inside the temple. They don't really make too much noise here, which makes it a very tranquil feeling. We all know Jodhpur is referred to as the blue city of our country, but when we arrived in Varkala, I feel like this town also deserves the same title related to blue color. As the town is painted in shades of blue from top to bottom, clear sky hovering overhead, and I'm sure the endless Arabian Sea streaming below gives this town one of the most luxurious dusk and dawns in Kerala. Driving around the town, especially by the sea, is a breathtaking experience. I would like you to really visit this place for sure. If you're one of those people who prefer calm and cozy vacations, Varkala should be on top of your bucket list. Wow, one of the cleanest beaches I have seen, and one of the beaches where the car can come so parallel to the beach. This is some sight to behold. Of course, you are so close to the nature. And there are hardly people here, so you can actually come here, do sunbathing, just go and take a dip in the water. It's pristine, it's completely pristine, and the drive along the beach side is completely therapeutic, completely. Now we are going to visit the fort named Anjengo, which was the East India Company's first permanent post on the Malabar coast. This fort played an important role in the Anglo-Mysore Wars. During the war, the East India Company stored ammunition at the fort. Currently, it looks devastated, but it still holds strong walls around it. One can visit the nearby lighthouse to explore more of a fort with an aerial view. There are some other beaches also in Varkala, like especially Papanansam Beach, which is a very important beach from the Hindu pilgrimage point of view. A lot of people who are deceased are actually buried here. It is also said that if you take a holy dip, it will cure you of your sins. I'm not going to go there because I don't think I've sinned enough, so I'll wait for my time to come. And now, heading off to the next destination, which is the Kovalam. Until then, don't forget to subscribe and give us a thumbs up. Yeah, the beautiful Taj Dream Cove Resort in Kovalam. And yesterday we all had come here and settled here. We went to see this beautiful place called Lighthouse, which is a monumental landmark here, to see an aerial view of Kovalam. Apparently it was shut because of COVID. Today we decided with all my team to go and look at the Pover Island, because Pover Island is something very interesting. While we have been driving around with the compass and no complaints about it, but today we have something else. I dialed up the folks at Firefox and they arranged this 27.5D Nuke, the bike, and we are going to take this to places which the car apparently can't go and complete the drivecations. So let's start the drive and head off to Kovalam while my team comes in the Jeep. If you're waiting to break stereotypes of traveling and want to change the definition of ordinary traveling, you should try biking, and Firefox with its Bad Attitude series fits right in. We had the car mounter and this bike has 8 gears, a very comfortable ride. Kovalam hit the world map during the mid-20th century. Since then, Kovalam beach has become Kerala's tourist magnet place and always a first choice of preference for international tourists. Kovalam also offers something for everyone, and the place is full of thrills. Be it a leisurely swim or a surfing lesson, kayaking or water skiing, a herbal body massage or a cultural program, Kovalam has it all. There are so many coconuts in Kerala that you can literally pick it up from anywhere. Anywhere you see, there are coconut trees. I mean, Kerala is full of these coconut trees, greenery, and lovely things. But like all good things, it's coming to an end. Now, before we get to the city life, to do a reality check, we'll go through Trivandrum. It's a taste of city life, and we'll take a flight back to Bombay. We'll try and show you what Trivandrum is all about, how a city life in Kerala is all about. But the coastal life is very peaceful. You can see people here are very chilled out. They just smile all the time, and it's plenty of things to explore in this. Kerala is a place to come, chill, relax. And before that, I'm actually going to go to this spa and experience the Shirodhara, which is very famous Ayurvedic massage. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up, and we'd love to hear what you think about Kerala, about our travelogue. Until the next one, take care and see you. This is the city Trivandrum. We couldn't go inside the temple because you have to wear dhoti and there are some time restrictions and we don't have all the time. So that's the problem. I wish we could have gone inside the famous temple. I really wanted to go inside. But the trip is coming to an end. Now I'm just 5 minutes away from the airport where people are waiting to take the car and we take back the flight and go back to the city life